All right. LDBC. This is your boy, Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show Live. Okay, guys, so it's been It's going on 2 weeks now since Deontay Wilder knocked out Luis Ortiz. And you know what, man? I find a lot of this kind of funny, you know, and I'm just want to briefly talk about that particular fight and then just talk about some stuff that, you know, it's just not cool, man. It's not right. You know, Deontay Wilder goes in, you know, he stands the test. He goes in, he breaks Ortiz down, okay? Breaks him down. And, you know, basically comes out on top, weathers the storm, does all of that stuff, get his chin tested. All of that stuff happens in this fight. And then he knocks out Luis Ortiz in the 10th round. I mean, it was a great fight. Probably definitely fight of the year candidate, in my opinion, okay? It is a great fight. And, you know, it's funny now how people, they're bringing up past things and old things to really try to discredit Deontay Wilder. Still the same thing, you know, well, you know, he's still fighting bums. Well, you know, he's still ducking all these people. He's doing this. You know, I want to bring something to y'all attention, man. So, you remember when Alexander Povetkin tests dirty. And it's amazing, man. It's amazing that, you know, and I purposely went around to all the LDBC detractor channels. You know, I went to those channels and looked at the titles to see, you know, like what are these guys saying? Because, you know, surely using these pads is wrong, okay? Surely using these pads is wrong. And, you know, even if they don't like Wilder, you know, still, the average person would say, hey, you know what? Getting in there with a person on pads it's just, no, it's not right. But not only did, you know, they not say anything about the pads, they just pretty much said Deontay Wilder was a coward. And, you know, he's just making an excuse. You know, and you've kind of seen some of this stuff. But now, you know, you got Canelo Alvarez, okay? Well, they completely gave Povetkin a pass, talking about, well, it was only a trace amount of, you know, PEDs in the system. It was just a trace amount, okay? So they give Povetkin a pass. Okay, now you have Canelo Alvarez, which I used to make a lot of Canelo videos. I mean, I was a diehard Canelo fan. And now all of a sudden, you know, when I want Golden Boy to address those racist emails. And I'm sorry, and if you are a Golden Boy affiliate, or I'm sorry, if you are a Golden Boy fan, if you're a fan of Canelo, what you need to do is when you come at me, and listen, I'm gonna know if you're a fan or not. When you come at me, the first thing I'm gonna ask you is, do you condone those emails by Golden Boy? That's the only thing I'm gonna say to you. I got nothing else to say to you. Don't ask me no questions. Don't ask me, Coach, why you hating on Canelo? Look, the only thing I'm gonna ask you is, do you condone the racist emails by Golden Boy? And if you do, then we have nothing to talk about, and then I block you, okay? All I need you to do is answer that question, okay? All I need to do is you answer me that question. That's it. We don't need to have conversation, dialogue. I'm not trying to understand where you're coming from. I just need to know, do you condone the emails? That's it. That's it. That's all I want to hear. Anything else other than that, I got nothing to say to you, okay? But, you know, these guys, now Canelo is getting a pass. And look, and here's why. I wonder why. I wonder why he get a pass. You know, it's amazing that every time the LDBC, you know, has a topic, or every time the LDBC, we speak out on a topic, isn't it funny and ironic that these people that they swear that they're boxing fans, they always try to rebuttal what we say. And it's amazing. It's the craziest thing. They always try to rebuttal everything we say. So it's not even about the sport. You know what? I mean, does the LDBC have that much control, that much power over your thinking, or what you want to talk about? I mean, it's like that. So it's not really about the integrity of the sport. It's just your hate for the LDBC, most of you. And I find that kind of crazy. Why does Canelo get a pass? Why? He cheated. He cheated. And you know, when I'm looking at some of the specs on this drug called clenbuterol, you know, this stuff is also a bronchodilator. Like, are you serious? That means that you're getting the most oxygen into your bloodstream when you use it. So what does that mean? Improved cardio. And I don't know, did people overlook that it is a bronchodilator? Like, I just got to know. Has people overlooked that aspect of clenbuterol? So wait a minute, now you get a fat shredder, okay? You get a good fat shredder, and now you get a bronchodilator that's gonna give you better stamina throughout the fight. But ain't nobody really, you know, people are not really in an outrage about this. And I find this kind of asinine. Like, we're not in an outrage because it's a big money fight. It's crazy. And it's amazing, too. Let me tell you something else that's amazing. Boy, I tell you, I catch a lot of little things. Now, Triple G came out about this. Oh, he was enraged, thought it was, wasn't fun. People congratulated Triple G for this. Congratulated. Now, what did these same people do when Deontay Wilder spoke out about Povetkin? Oh, he's just a coward. See, it's always that black coward narrative that these guys try to run on people. That, like, the black guy's always the coward because, his reason ain't good enough. Okay? His reason ain't good enough. For him saying, well, I don't want to fight this guy because he's on steroids. His reason is never good enough, but, Triple G reason is good enough. Triple G spoke out, people congratulated that. Deontay Wilder spoke out about Povetkin. Oh, man, no, come on, just stop being scared. Stop whining. Stop complaining so much. Just whine, just fight him. You're getting paid millions of dollars, just get in there. Wilder's afraid, and, See, I think people don't understand, man, that when you use PEDs, your body basically, you're definitely basically a loaded weapon. Okay, you're a loaded weapon that's getting into the ring, and that loaded weapon can kill you. Okay, and I don't think people really get that because the majority of people who watch boxing, they ain't never had no fights. We're talking about guys that they just started watching the sport maybe a year ago. We're talking about these kind of guys. Okay, yeah. I don't think anybody's ever got in there with somebody on PEDs. Let me tell you, it don't feel good. Hey, have any of you ever put on a pair of gloves and sparred somebody without headgear? It don't feel good. So now you want Deontay Wilder to get in a ring, okay, with a heavyweight, a guy that's weighing 250 pounds, a guy that can punch, a loaded weapon. Now you want him to get in there with that guy. And the possibility of him getting cracked and getting hit hard enough that could end his career and possibly kill him. But that's okay. But now Triple G come out and say, Canelo is bad for the sport. Triple G come out and he said what he needed to say, but that was applauded. See, man, let me tell y'all, and I keep telling y'all and telling y'all, this not about the sport, y'all. This not about boxing. This never was about boxing. This is about people looking at the color of what the person looked like. That's what this is about. It's about people looking at the color of who, that's all it is, guys. If it was anything different, I would tell you that. But that's what this is. It's a lot of new age fans, man, and it's like now, man, they got this mentality where, they can't see nothing else. All they see is what the guy looks like. That's it. But I tell you one thing. I know Deontay Wilder is going to take some popularity away from Joshua. I don't care what the money is. Deontay Wilder is doing what he's supposed to do. See, I've always been told when you build legacy, when you build your legacy, the money will come because people are going to pay to see a good fight. And when people pay to see a good fight, guess what happens? Deontay Wilder can actually negotiate his own price. He can pretty much negotiate what he wants. But right now, he's putting in the groundwork. See, he had to sacrifice and fight Luis Ortiz. He had to. Because had he not done that, then, well, now people are talking about him. People really are talking about Deontay Wilder. And I know people laugh, well, he only got a couple of meals for that fight. He didn't really get that much. Well, but it's okay. Deontay Wilder is thinking about the future. He's thinking about the future. And that's just what it is, guys. He's thinking about the future. And folks, Deontay Wilder's future looks very, very bright after that win. He took a risk. He took a risk fighting a guy like Ortiz because when you take a risk fighting a guy like that, and then for people to really just get quiet, he fought the guy and the guy had already tested positive once before. Now, Deontay Wilder, they're not stupid. They made sure he was clean this time. But I mean, he's tested positive before. And, Deontay Wilder gave him another chance and got back in there. Because the ramifications of him losing to Luis Ortiz is big. It's very big. And folks, that's just how it is. But, shout out to Deontay Wilder for going in there and doing what these heavyweights didn't want to do. And that's fight Luis Ortiz. I'm done.